Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy this video, we invite those of you who haven't yet done so, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification icon, to be notified when the next one is uploaded. We appreciate all comments, whether positive or negative, because it is very important to ventilate both sides of any issue. All we ask is that you observe the YouTube community guidelines. We'd like to urge those of you who haven't yet done so, to sign our online petition for an inquiry into the BBC and Channel 4's coverage of Lewis Hamilton and Abu Dhabi. A link has been provided in the description. If you are on X, then please repost our tweet. Thank you. Well folks, we took a quick break from reviewing Toto's meltdown on the High Performance podcast, to make this refreshing video, setting out how Sir Lewis has broken the back of Liberty Media and Formula One. Toto's public meltdown has drawn attention away from that of the rest of Formula One, but the departure of the FIA race director, and Liberty Media's CEO, has caused us to shift our focus away from Toto, and those who know that this is not an easy thing to do. As our regular viewers should be aware, we have exposed how Liberty Media and Mercedes rigged the Abu Dhabi finale to push Sir Lewis out of F1. Mercedes wanted him out because they wanted to protect Schumacher's legacy, while Liberty Media didn't want a black driver dominating the sport. They claimed that to attract a younger generation of viewers, they needed a younger generation of champions. Consequently, they rigged the Abu Dhabi finale to rob Sir Lewis and install crashtappen, believing that the public are so fickle that we would quickly forget. Unfortunately for them, they got it terribly wrong, and after 3 years of suppressing the truth and manipulating media coverage, things have fallen apart so badly for them, that their chickens are coming home to roost, because Sir Lewis has escaped their clutches, to embark on the next chapter of his legacy. There are many public signs that F1 is spiraling along with Toto, which we would like to share with you and look forward to your comments. To start with, we just need to touch briefly on the fact that the main purpose of the 1+1 year contract was to leave Sir Lewis at the mercy of Toto and Mercedes at the end of the 2025 season. And when that idiot was referencing Sir Alex on the matter of shelf life and letting want-away players go, he forgot that Sir Alex famously persuaded Ronaldo to extend his stay, and that in football, you monitor the term of your players' contracts, and extend them for those you want to keep, before the period where they are allowed to consider other options. So, by not renegotiating Sir Lewis's contract before the time when he could exercise the option to leave, Toto had effectively opened the exit door. This is a damning indictment of his managerial skills, that he is trying desperately and unsuccessfully to gaslight. Critically, once Sir Lewis and Ferrari blew up Toto's plan, he, Mercedes and their co-conspirators were screwed. An obvious sign of how bitter the conspirators are, apart from Toto's public meltdown, are the rantings of the mean-spirited nonagenarian Bernie Ecclestone. Why do they need to keep bringing this gaga 94-year-old to disparage the transfer, instead of just letting things play out in 2025? Despite the fact that the announcement of the transfer alone has generated such an overwhelming financial boost for Ferrari, they rolled out a former team principal to say he would not have signed off on it, and now rent-a-gob Bernie is accusing John Elkann of doing the deal just to boost his ego. How in the hell can anyone take these comments seriously, in light of the record-breaking boost to Ferrari's market value? If you have come across any report that criticizes or highlights how ludicrous Bernie's comments are, given that the transfer immediately yielded unprecedented financial dividends on its announcement, please let us know. It is clear that the Liberty Media-controlled F1 media have no interest in how outlandish such comments are, as long as they are anti-Lewis. Now why is that? It is astonishing that Sir Lewis's move to Ferrari is still coming under attack, despite the fact that Liberty Media have reached the conclusion that they need his resurrection to save F1. The viewing figures that they had anticipated after robbing him of his 8th title have failed to materialize, and the younger generation champion that they fraudulently installed has not motivated the younger generation like they had expected. How do we know all this? Quite easily, F1 are not crowing about their viewing figures like they had done up to 2021, when they decided to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. But the figures that we have been able to find from other sources point to the disastrous fall in viewers. What else is there? Well, we can look at the upcoming Las Vegas GP. The inaugural edition last year was a washout, and Liberty Media bullied the hoteliers and others to suck it up. But getting them to suck it up twice in a row is going to be a hard sell, and someone's head has to roll for this. Las Vegas is such a washout that even F1 and BBC websites are not bothering to sell a fake title race anymore. And only Sky are making a tepid effort to pretend that cremated hope can be resurrected. Now you would have thought that the prospect of their all-conquering puppet, being crowned as a 4-time champion in as many seasons, would have F1 rolling out the bunting in Las Vegas. But alas not. They have flogged the dead horse of selling Verstappen for as long as they could manage. Despite all their spinning and lying, Sir Lewis is still the most popular driver in F1, by a long shot, and Verstappen is the most unpopular champion any sport has ever produced, a veritable Dick Dastardly character, that would be better suited to WWE. On the eve of his 4th title, the Sky Sports opinion section speaks volumes. Under these circumstances, it is not surprising that Liberty Media's CEO has been fired. Someone had to carry the can for the disastrous outcome of the audacious plot to rob Sir Lewis and install Verstappen. Did Greg ever imagine at the end of the 2021 season finale that Sir Lewis would outlast him in F1? There is no sugarcoating it. Greg is out because the plan that they founded on driving Sir Lewis out of the sport has failed and he has had to fall on his sword. So, we turn to the next co-conspirator, the FIA. Tot was in his final year when they executed the robbery. His replacement has been having a torrid time of it as he struggled to cope with the public backlash to the theft while jousting with Liberty Media for control of the sport. Marcy could not survive the scandal, despite the best efforts to keep him, and his replacement left summarily before the end of the season. You don't have to be a soothsayer to know that something is wrong at the center. Manipulating races is central to the Liberty Media business strategy, but it appears that finding a choreographer is not as easy as they had anticipated. They were unable to manufacture the title race that they so desperately needed this season, so yet again, someone had to carry the can, and who better than the race director? So, the FIA and Liberty Media have been at loggerheads since they conspired to rob Sir Lewis of his 8th title in Abu Dhabi. Now, with 3 years gone, Sir Lewis has an unexpected opportunity to compete for his 8th title while those who robbed him are falling like dominoes. Forza Ferrari.